Hi, today Tuesday again. It's about 12:30. It's my lunch time, so I'm gonna read this interesting article that I just pulled from the internet. I'm sitting in my car, just snoozing around, and I'm gonna read this article to understand who is Prigozhin, and also to practice English by reading an English article each day. This one is from Reuters, the famous news agency. Here we go. Who is Russian mercenary chief Yevgeny Prigozhin? Readers, June 24th, 2023, updated 3 days ago. Founder of Wagner private mercenary group, Yevgeny Prigozhin speaks inside the headquarters of the Russian Southern Army Military Command Center, which is taken under control of Wagner PMC, according to him, in the city of Rostov-on-Don, Russia, in this still image taken from a video released June 24th, 2023. So that was like 2 or 3 days ago. Press service of Concord handout via Reuters file folder. June 24th, Reuters. Mercenary chief Yevgeny Prigozhin said on Saturday he had taken control of the Russian city of Rostov-on-Don as part of an attempt to oust the military leadership in what the authorities said was an armed mutiny. Following are some facts about the businessman and founder of the Wagner Group. With aggressive PR, foul language, and a frequent presence near the front lines, the shaven-headed Prigozhin is one of the most visible faces of the war, having recruited thousands of Russian prisoners to fight for Wagner and feuded openly with the defense ministry of military plans and ammunition supplies. Prigozhin, 62, has for decades been known as Putin's chef due to his company's Kremlin catering contracts. It's unclear how friendly he and Russian President Vladimir Putin are, but they know each other, and both men were born and raised in St. Petersburg. After serving a long prison sentence in the 1980s, Prigozhin started out selling hot dogs in his hometown. Wow! He started out selling hot dogs in his hometown. He soon began to build up a stake in a chain of supermarkets and eventually opened his own restaurant and catering company. His restaurant gained a reputation for its fine food and was soon hosting city dignitaries, including then Deputy Mayor Vladimir Putin. From there, Prigozhin's catering firm Concord began to win government supply contracts, taking its operations to a much bigger level. Prigozhin admitted last September that he had founded a private military group in 2014, the year Russia annexed Crimea from Ukraine. It was his first public confirmation of a link he had previously denied and sued journalists for reporting. The Wagner Group has fought in Libya, Syria, and Central African nation. The Wagner Group has fought in Libya, Syria, and Central African Republic and Mali, among other countries. The group also provided support to Russia-backed separatists who seized a chunk of Ukraine's eastern Donbas region in 2014. Last month, the group seized the eastern Ukrainian city of Bakhmut after some of the war's most brutal fighting. During the onslaught, however, Prigozhin broke the taboos of Putin's tightly controlled political system with the foul-mouthed insults of Moscow's top brass. foul-mouthed insults of Moscow's top brass. Afterwards, he issued a video thanking the Kremlin, even as he launched into his favorite rant. The alleged treachery of Putin's top brass, in particular Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu and Chief of the General Staff Valery Gerasimov. In Prigozhin's most memorable video on May 5th, he showed a field of dead Wagner mercenaries who he said had perished due to a lack of munitions caused by Shoigu and Gerasimov. The United States and European Union have imposed sanctions on Prigozhin for his role in Wagner. They also accuse him of funding a troll farm known as the Internet Research Agency that Washington says tried to influence U.S. elections. A troll farm known as the Internet Research Agency, compiled for Hugh Lawson. Our standards, the Thomson Reuters Trust Principles. Interesting. So top brass, foul-mouthed rant, insults, top brass, rant, a chef, bigger contract, government contract, then Vladimir Putin, then the vice mayor of the city. Prigozhin, long prison sentence. So let's listen to this interesting video.
In his first public comments since the end of a short-lived rebellion inside his country over the weekend, a defiant Russian President Vladimir Putin on Monday condemned the armed mutiny by Wagner mercenaries, and at the same time said he had deliberately let the 24-hour revolt go on as long as it did to avoid bloodshed, and that it had reinforced national unity.
This civil solidarity has shown that any blackmail, any attempt to create internal turmoil is doomed to failure. I repeat, we saw the greatest consolidation of society.
Putin did acknowledge there was bloodshed in the weekend rebellion, but blamed it on the Wagner group.
The organizers of the rebellion, having betrayed their country, their people, also betrayed those whom they dragged into the crime. They lied to them, pushed them towards death, under fire, to shoot their own people. It was precisely this outcome, fratricide, that Russia's enemies wanted, both the neo-Nazis in Kiev and their Western masters, and all sorts of national traitors. They wanted Russian soldiers to kill each other.
The televised statement appeared intended to draw a line under the mutiny, which numerous Western leaders saw as exposing Putin's vulnerability since invading Ukraine. Earlier on Monday, U.S. President Joe Biden said he spoke with key allies about the uprising to make sure everyone was coordinated in their response.
They agreed with me that we had to make sure we gave Putin no excuse. Let me emphasize, we gave Putin no excuse.
Okay, so that was it. Let's go back and try to read one more article.